I'm Joe Helble. I'm the Dean of the Thayer School. We're one of the hosts for this event, and I'm just going to be moderating this discussion tonight, and the format's going to be as follows. We've got 4 leaders in the Dartmouth community who are here to talk about some of the issues we've addressed over the past 24 hours in the symposium, provide their particular perspective on it, talk a bit about what's happening in their areas as well. The topics they'll be addressing broadly, we'll all be addressing broadly under the theme of Dartmouth and energy, are research, curriculum, and student life, facilities, and extracurricular activities. After they've each had an opportunity to speak, what we're going to do is work with, hopefully all of you have a vibrant discussion and participation, using this group as essentially a committee of the whole, a body of all those convened here to address each of these topics. We'll talk about each of them for about 10 minutes each, and what we'll be asking you to think about is, what do you see as immediate opportunities to be pursued in this area? What got you excited in today's discussion that are things you'd like to continue and perhaps work on here at Dartmouth? We've got facilitators to help kick off the discussion in each of those areas, a student and a member of the faculty or staff. We also have facilitators. We have flip charts up here at the front, so if you want to take notes as that discussion goes, we'll do so. So with that, let me introduce the first speaker, Carol Folt, who's Dean of the Faculty here at Dartmouth. I think most of you know Carol. And I also learned just a few minutes ago that Carol was a co-author on the first Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, which means, perhaps twice removed, Carol in some ways shares in today's Nobel Peace Prize. So congratulations, Carol. Dean Folt.
Do I get called Dean if I have a Nobel Peace Prize?
You get called laureate.
Oh, thank you. It's a great opportunity to have a chance to talk with people today. I think that this session coming at the end of the symposium does provide a great opportunity to bring together people who are particularly interested in the Dartmouth community, from students and faculty, alumni, and local people that live in the area and visitors, so that we can bring back some of the issues that were covered in the symposium to our lives at Dartmouth. As Dean of Faculty, and I am also an environmental biologist, I have been working on climate change. That's what Joe was referring to. I have really enjoyed the position as Dean of Faculty because in that position, I'm responsible for the hiring of all the faculty in arts and sciences, and with the associate deans and the department chairs and program chairs and so forth, we're also responsible for the curriculum for the undergraduates at Dartmouth, as well as for the graduate students in the master's and the PhD programs. So when you have a bright and very engaged faculty and body of students like we have at Dartmouth, there's really never a shortage of ideas. There's just never any lack of enthusiasm for innovation, both in and out of the classroom. So I think we have lots of opportunity here to get some good ideas out on the table, and plenty of people who would like to see them to fruition. My goal for the few minutes that I have right now is just to give a broad brush view of the programs that are in place right now at Dartmouth, and new ones already underway that pertain not just to energy, but to energy, to sustainability, and to the environment more broadly defined at Dartmouth. And what I really want you to remember as we go into our working groups is that Dartmouth is extremely fortunate and very well placed to assume true leadership in these critical areas, especially in the area of education and research, in areas that relate to sustainability and energy. And because of that, it is also one of Dartmouth's greatest priorities. So again, there's a real impetus for the kinds of feedback we hope to get today. So just a little bit of history. One of the areas Dartmouth is most well known for is in the area of the environment, for its special concern for environmental issues and for its reputation in environmental science and education. We have environmental programs, very strong programs, in a number of departments: in biology, in ecology and evolution, in the earth sciences, in geography, in environmental studies, in Thayer, and in the Dartmouth Medical School, which has a very strong focus on environment and health. We also have pretty amazing breadth in our academic programs, in that we also include not only on-campus curriculum, but we have 3 off-campus programs that are really unique in the world. They're very focused on the environment in biology when they go to the tropics, in the earth science program, which travels around the country, and in the environmental studies program, which focuses in Africa. We also have an extraordinary range of environmental resources that can be used for education and student projects that include very extensive land holdings and campus-wide practices. So I think if you look at all this, there really isn't another institution that's actually more favored in having this entire combination or suite of advantages. And they give us an advantage in attracting faculty here who want to really work in these areas, many of whom have gone on to become leaders themselves in the environmental sciences. And also this is a big attractive force for our students. They come in very interested in the environment and choosing Dartmouth often for that reason. We also have another advantage, partly based on size, is that it's very easy to do multidisciplinary work and to work even increasingly across schools. I think that's another way that we can think about programs that you couldn't do at other places. This interaction can be seen going back in Dartmouth's history if you look at the departments of biology, earth science, and environmental studies, and they date to the development of the Hubbard Brook Forest Ecosystem Study Center in the early 1970s, largely by Dartmouth faculty, which was a leader in ecosystem science. It was Dartmouth scientists who coined the term acid rain years ago, and they remain very active in that area. It was also at Dartmouth, I think we had one of the first interdisciplinary courses taught on climate change. It was in 1990, and it was actually taught by Thayer earth science and biology faculty, and we brought in a host of characters who have become real leaders in this area, and they all came and spoke at Dartmouth. So when we look at all this, we have a lot to our advantage, but we also think that there's a lot of room or unexploited potential that we could really capitalize on all this interest and on these strengths, but really build a program that would be much broader basis. Dartmouth's in the midst of doing something right now, a large campus-wide planning process under the provost that he's calling Greener Dartmouth. And the goal of that is really quite large, and I think Mary might touch on it, but they really want to focus all our strengths to make the campus much more sustainable, but not just in its services, but also to develop curricular initiatives that will also create an education that teaches the principles of sustainability as part of the liberal arts. So we've been working on those curricular and programmatic issues. The faculty that have come together to think about this would like to intensify, in particular, efforts that bring science, social science, and humanities together to prepare a generation of scientists, business leaders, and policymakers with that ability to reach across areas to work on aspects of sustainability. So a couple things that we're doing that might fuel energy in the discussion is that we're in the process of hiring a new chair in sustainability science that came in as part of a $10 million initiative that Dartmouth received money to create chairs in new and emerging areas. So one of the 2 areas selected was sustainability science, and that I think will be wonderful. It even has a committee that includes faculty from a number of departments to really bring that chair together, and that chair will have program money to encourage new curriculum in sustainability. There's a committee that's already working on developing a cross-disciplinary minor in sustainability, and we hope that that will actually bridge Thayer with arts and sciences departments and be attractive for people that are majoring in any area of the college but would like to know much more about sustainability. And so we'd love to get feedback on that, on the kinds of courses that would be relevant to that. And finally, they're even considering new foreign study programs and culminating experiences that would bring together the study of sustainability with the practice of sustainability. So I think that gives us enough to get started on when we talk about curriculum at Dartmouth.